Good morning. Starting out the morning by delivering some stuff to Dad and checking on some pivots that I started last night. So you may have noticed that is not our normal Miller sprayer. That's because Dad is doing a little demo of his own. So that's a Haggy sprayer, but John Deere brought Haggy, so it's kind of a John Deere sprayer. Too early to get wet. That was really cold. Look at this cute little mini pivot we have. I think this is like the cutest thing ever. So we farm 4 quarters that are all in one square section. And so we have a pivot on each of those quarters, but there's a little bit in the middle that they miss. And so we put up this little 1 tower pivot. I just think it's adorable. I really like it. I'm out in a field checking the pivot. This is a bean field here. I wanted to show you, look at this little guy. This is a corn plant. But it's not just a regular corn plant. This is what we call volunteer corn. So this only grew here because last year the combine dropped a kernel of corn and it planted itself right here. Now in our cornfields, obviously we like having corn. However, when it's in a bean field like this volunteer corn is considered a weed because it's not something we want growing here. Yeah. Farm lessons with Laura. Right now, this pivot is putting on 2/3 of an inch of water. I always get quite a few questions about, how does the pivot go through the field in a circle without destroying a lot of crops? And this is what the pivot track looks like. And it's really, really minimal crop loss. We really don't notice anything. Here's the way I look at it. So, would I rather lose just a tiny little strip of crops around the whole field? Or would I not want to pivot and have to just wait for rain to water my crops? I would much rather lose out on that little strip because we haven't had rain in 4 weeks now and the crops would have been really stressed. So that's how I look at it. It's just a little give and take. Would I rather have a little crop loss or have my whole field of beans dead? Definitely take the little crop loss. The convenience of being able to demand rain whenever you want, definitely worth it. So we got these new drip oil containers. I think they're really cool. They're much easier to fill than the old ones. This is the well going. This is an electric well, so it just runs off power. The power is actually from the road. It's from a power pole over there. But these kind of pivots are super nice because all you have to do, it's running right now, but just press a couple buttons in here and the pivot's running. I really, really love electric wells. No messy engines. No PTO shafts. They're awesome. I guess opposed to a pivot, the argument could be made, just lay out pipe so the water just runs through the row. And then you wouldn't lose any crops that way. But do I really want to be laying out pipe in this 90-degree heat? No. Did that last year, not a fan. So we got some more pivots, and the few small spots that the pivots don't water, we're actually trying a new type of pipe, but I don't have to lay it out. We're hiring a company to lay out pretty much a plastic bag that they poke holes in. And then that way you don't have to pick up pipe anytime you want to re-enter the field with a piece of equipment. You just drain all the water out of it, and then the machinery can just run right over it. So yeah, no laying out pipe for me this year. All right, now it's time for kind of a tedious job. But apparently I didn't hill quite far enough out on that place where we're gonna put that poly pipe. And so back in the tractor cab to just do the last 10 feet on every pass. All right, so we're going to lay out pipe starting by the road, going all the way here. Do you see that white pole sticking up? That is where the water is going to come from, because there's a pipe underground from that all the way to the center tower of the pivot. And so right now, if we laid out pipe, the water would just kind of go everywhere. So I'm going to be just slowly just going along the edge of the field an extra 10-15 feet out so we can have a nice deep ridge for the water to flow through. There's a nice little space in between these fields for driving, and so Dad is just doing a little shredding to keep all the weeds down. So, funny story, Dad came out, apparently I'm doing it all right at all. Like out of the way, Jordy. Hold on. I gotta move for him now. Too many things at once. Anyways, I was not doing it right. So now I have to leave. So I'm just gonna fold up, take the tractor back home, go get lunch with Grant, go to my chiropractor appointment, and then come back.
I This morning I'm going to change the oil on this diesel engine. It's not running yet. It's cold, but I'll just let it drain all day so all the oil comes out. It's got this little garden hose looking thing to drain the oil, makes it pretty easy. Now we got that draining. Change the filter. Back now, got the new filter. I have lubed the O-ring with some used engine oil. Kind of hard to do one-handed. There we go. Get that on there nice and snug. One of my biggest pet peeves is over-tightened oil filters. Now, this is probably not the way you're supposed to do it, but I would rather have a leaky oil filter than to have to punch a hole in it and crank it off with a screwdriver. Now I'll write the date. It's the 23rd. Little tip with those garden hose style drains, you gotta put them up above your oil level. So if the cap rattles off, all your oil doesn't drain out while your motor's running. So I have this one right up in here where the cap can't go through there. So he ain't going nowhere. used oil, take that back, dump it in the container, got all my jugs, old filter in the old box. That is ready to go for Monday when we start them up.
All right, so before, when I was doing this job, I was just approaching the field like you normally would, like coming to the rows head on. However, I realized after Dad pointed it out that doing it that way actually left a hill in the middle of the row, which is exactly what we didn't want. We're trying to make a nice smooth ground for our pipe to lay, or for the smooth rows for the water to flow down. And so this way, backing up to the row, it requires a lot more trust in the auto steer, but it leaves us with the hill on this side of the, I don't know if what I'm saying is making any sense at all, but it just means that I have to do a lot more backing up, which I'm not the best at, but this is good practice for me. I also have to spin the wheel a lot. Yeah, okay. Alright. So I did a whopping 3.13 acres. So that's real exciting. But that job's done now, and it's done the right way, and that's what matters. So now, just gonna get these wings folded up and call her a day. I'm pretty sure we're done hilling. Like, I think that was the last of it. Bye, Dad. Okay, so the next job for today, we get to take the nice pickup. Oh, I'm so excited. And we're gonna go pick up some grass bales. Hi. Ugh, luxury. We arrived safely at the bales, and I'm not quite experienced enough to be operating the loader tractor. It has a power shift transmission instead of an IVT transmission. And so, like, think driving stick shift versus driving automatic. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just not that good at it in the tractor yet. I can do it. It is not very smooth though. So I get the nice job of sitting in the pickup and keeping an eye on the trailer. Might have taken a small nap while the bales were being loaded, but hey, look at this. We're big rigging now. What are the odds I lose a bale on the way home? I love this backup camera. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I really like it. Good news. Made it and didn't lose a single bale. Look who came to visit me at work. Grant was making fun of me for sitting outside and doing homework. Well, I'm in the shop, but like not in air conditioning. But I was telling him that I want to enjoy the heat for as long as possible, because I know what that 30 below zero felt like.
Your truck has air conditioning, that's why you're out here.
Well, oh, your truck doesn't have AC, does it? Yeah. I remember how cold it was in February, and I complained a lot. And so now that we're back to 90 degrees, I just want to enjoy every single minute of it. I just wanted to take a minute and say how grateful I am to be living in the country, farming with super huge, awesome, incredible equipment, putting out content every single day for you guys. I don't take any of this for granted. I love doing this so much, and I'm really thankful for you guys for tuning in and listening to me ramble on and do my best to explain things. So thanks for watching the videos. I really appreciate you guys. Also, I need some advice. So I'm a farmer of corn and beans and cows, not a fruit farmer. So if I have any fruit farmers out here, how do I grow good apples? I don't know what kind of apple tree this is. I mean, they are apples, right? What can I do to make them be healthy? I don't know. Like, do I put fertilizer on them? I don't know. I could probably do a little internet search, but you guys seem to be really helpful. Everyone always has great ideas for me in the comments. So if anyone is an apple expert, let me know. See you guys.